All right, we got tornado warning over here in Jacksboro. That'll be in Jack County, Texas. This storm. Actually, lots of tornado warnings, huh? There it is right here. This one is showing strong rotation, just south and east of Jacksboro, south and west, excuse me, Jacksboro. This storm is moving at 20 mile an hour south or northeast. Let me see if we could get a better look at the Doppler here. Okay, that's a little better. Let's see if there's any debris on the ground. Doesn't really show anything from that radar. Let's look at back over here to Frederick's radar. Um, oops. You can definitely see the rotation right here. Watch this. See on that tail end right there? Right there. All right, sorry about that. Had wife come in here. So anyway, that's in Jack County, Texas. This storm. Let me get this thing back off. Storm's moving northeast at 20. So if we put this thing oh, wrong one. So we're looking at it'll be in Bowie or Bowie about an hour and a half. But you got Cunduff. You know what? Let's go down a little bit. Let's clear that. There we go. Being Jacksboro in 7 minutes and Cundiff. This is a real sparsely. It's not. Doesn't have a lot of people out here. Okay, so that's a good thing. Let's go back to. But the town of Jacksboro is under the gun. Oops. Town of Jacksboro is under the gun right here with this circulation. Let's go back to the Fort Worth radar. I like they're a little closer. They're a little closer. You could definitely tell the circulation's right over the town of Jacksboro, which is a decent sized town, not too big. Good thing is it looked like it could have weakened a little bit right there. The colors are not as bright as what it was coming up 380 right there. So that's a good thing. Right now, no tornado warnings in Oklahoma. We have tornado warnings in Kansas. But as far as Texas and Oklahoma, this is the only one. Let's back out and look at what's going on in the rest of the area. Oops. Strong signs of rotation over that. So look at that right there. You can tell right over the town of Jack Sparrow. Yep. Right in here. Look. Right here. That's where this inflow is at. Look. Inflow is right here. And then it's going just like that for the rear flank downdraft. So, and it's right over the town of Jacksboro. Let's look at the velocity again. Right there. Oh, that's big heavy signature right there. You could definitely tell. Hopefully, let's look at see if there's I can't tell if anything's on the ground right there. But there's definitely strong rotation right there. Let's back up to the Oklahoma City radar. These storms are severe in nature, but no tornadic weather as of yet up there. So that's the reason why we're kind of focused on this one. This one will move into Oklahoma. I would imagine just north of Gainesville, probably more in the lines of Ardmore, Marietta maybe, which is right here. So we'll be watching this one as it intensifies. This could be a big problem right here. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. Lots of rotation right there. Lots right there. Over the town of Jacksboro. Now, good thing is, once it moves out of Jacksboro, there's not a lot of population. Just little old bitty small towns, really. With just maybe a couple hundred people. Just if that, maybe 10 people in some of these towns. They're just, I've been up into these roads. There's nothing, there's nobody out here. But Jacksboro it does have quite a few people live in that town. This storm right up here just got issued a tornado warning right here. This storm right here to the north of Jacksboro, close to Bowie. Let's read into this one right here. And then that's in Montague County. Bowie's got quite a few people. There's a Walmart I used to deliver to right there. There's the circulation. You can see that. Let's look at the radar. Look at that. See here? Again, inflow coming in right there. Just like that. And it looks like it's going to move just to the south of Bowie, but there's still quite a bit of people to the south of Bowie too. So we got 2 tornado warnings by Jacksboro and Jack County, and Bowie and Montague County. And these are moving northeast. Now, these are separate storms. Now, they weren't. They were. This one kind of split off right here. If you can tell, they kind of split off. And that's the reason why you got two supercells now instead of one. Now, is it a possibility that this southernmost storm will go and swallow up this other one? Possibly, possibly. Depends on how strong that rotation is. Again, both of these have big signatures. Look at this. Big hook signatures right here. These are classic signs that you see. Look at the velocity right here. You could definitely tell that that's a big, big, big rotation. You can really tell with that one right there. Let's see. Let's go. Oh, man. That one right there could do some damage right there. That one right there can do some heavy damage. Both of these. Again, Bowie is a pretty good sized town. Right on 287. Going out of Fort Worth. A lot of you guys know that road from 287. It goes all the way up into Denver. Or to Colorado. But, if you were to go to Dallas, Fort Worth to Denver, you go up 287. But this is, these are two dangerous storms right here. I would imagine they're going to extend this storm right here. Good thing about this storm, though, it will be moving out. It is moving out of Jacksboro into some countryside. But there are still little communities like Mariette, and Cundiff. They're in the path of this storm. And this is the newest one right here over in Montague County, just to the south of Bowie. Look at that. Massive hook right there. Look at that. That's going to do some damage, folks. That storm right there, that's going to, if that drops, that could be a long track tornado right there. I'm surprised none of these storm chasers are after this. So I just don't see them in the area. Where are they at? Oh, they're coming. They're coming. Well, we got another tornado warning up here. That looks like Oklahoma County. Let's see. What does it show? Canadian and Grady County. Okay. So this storm right here, you can see, there it is right there, just south of Tuttle. Just south of Tuttle. There's the circulation right there. Let's look at this storm. This is a rain wrap storm. Look at that. Rain wrap. I don't see this one lasting long because it is where it's at inside the storm. See where it's at right here? It's inside the storm like that. So I would imagine this is more of a brief. Now, obviously, this storm has a lot of wind shear to it, so it could But it's definitely rain wrap, which makes this very dangerous storm when you have something rain wrapped. But there's your yeah, that's just coming into a very populated area uh, into Oklahoma City there. So let's watch that one. Lots of rotation in that. See that rotation? Now, and that's rain wrapped rotation. Let's look that on the let's see how this looks on this radar. Yeah, this is a rain wrapped storm, which is it's really dangerous. You can't really see the rotation in that, but you can see it in when it comes to the velocity. You can really see it right there. Definitely tell that motion just like that. So that's what's this down here? Yeah, be watching this right here on this back end of this storm as well. That may issue another tornado warning for that if that matures. All right, let's go down here to back to Bowie. This storm, not as impressive. Let's look at the velocity on this. Still, look at that. Still a lot of circulation. Rain rat possibly. Let's look at correlation coefficient. Yeah, I'm just not. Now that's that's the reason why we're looking at that from the Oklahoma City radar. Let's look at the Fort Worth radar, which is going to give us a better view. Yeah, this is going to get us a better view of this storm as it's closer to this radar. We were looking at the one in Norman. I believe that's where that one is. That one in Jack County is still pretty strong. Let's look at, yep, look at there. See? That's classic right there. Look at that. That was going up Highway 59. So, I bet they're going to extend that one. And this one in Montague. Lots of heavy rotation there. Lots of heavy rotation. But this one up here in Oklahoma City, by the way, that is not Norman. That looks like it's Tinker Air Force Base. That's Tinker Air Force Base radar. But nevertheless, not as impressive as what it was just a minute ago. Again, that's why I said, I was like, this may not last. This may be just a short spin up based on where it was located in the storm. But I would want to look at this side of the storm right here. Let me turn on the reflectivity here. They're probably going to watch this right here, around this area right here. Let's put this in motion, see what that looks like. Yeah. Possibly. That's something to watch as it goes into Oklahoma City. Let's get back on the south side of the storm. Let's look into this storm. That's the reason why I like it down over here. There's plenty of radars to choose from. When you look at it from the south, from the Fort Worth, you could really tell where you could really look into the storm from the southern point where that circulation is at. Pretty dangerous storms right there, that's for sure. This one's out of Jacksboro. This one's coming. It's going to pass south of Bowie. Hang on just a second. I hear something. Oh, the crap. Sorry about that. Wife was beating on something. You got to go check on what she's tearing up. All right, so here's our storms in Texas. Let's put these into motion. These were one storm. Now there looks like this one's being swallowed up by the storm behind it. See how this one, which will take a little bit of that circulation away, which is a good thing. But it will make this storm to the south of it even stronger. So, new alert. That's for Kansas. Okay. As far as this tornado warning in Oklahoma, this was as an observed tornado, so which makes sense. There's a lot of people to see it. Over here, these are radar indicated. Let's go back up here. Right there. Broadcast media. See, it's kind of went away that where the storm was located. It's dissipated. I would really watch this to the south here, as you could definitely tell that there's some rotation. Watch this. Up right here, just to the north of that 44 sign right there. Let's look at reflectivity. This is something to watch right here. So let's see if it gets its act together. But I bet they're going to let this one in Canadian County and Grady to expire, because I just don't see it in there anymore. But they have better tools than I have. They just issued another tornado warning for Jack. Let's go down here to up to the Fort Worth radar. They just issued this. Like I said, this storm may get swallowed up by the storm behind it. Still the circulation there though. That one in Montague still has a circulation to it. Not as impressive, but it could be cycling. That's what a lot of times these storms will do. They'll cycle. So I think those right now are not as strong. They added another tornado warning up here, and this is the one I was looking at a while ago. Watch this. This is the same exact area right here. You see? This is what we were looking at a while ago. To watch this right here, and sure enough, and that one is going to go into more uh, if it holds together. And this one could be a long-running tornado right here, if something hits the ground. See, right there. You're seeing the same thing I was seeing. Yeah, that one, if that one gets its act together right there, that could be a very, very dangerous situation with a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, got some net rotation in there, and yeah, you're in the path of this. Let's see how fast is this storm going. Uh, it's not giving me 40, moving at 40. So let's go. Moving northeast at 40. Let's see. Come on. Say Bridge Creek. It's not giving me. Let's move this out a little bit. There we go. Bridge Creek in 6 minutes. More in 29 minutes. Oklahoma City in 36 minutes. Del City 39. Forest Park. Midwest City 44 minutes. So, um, this has a lot of people live. Shows a million, over a million people in the path of this. So let's hope that we love watching tornadoes out in the middle of the country, not in the big city. So let's hope that that this just kind of fizzles out. Got another tornado warning down here to the south. This one is for this one's Grady County right here, south of Chickasha. Let's look at these storms back down here, see what they're doing. Not as impressive. Thought maybe this storm was cycling through to the north. Still some rotation right there. You can see that little ball right there. So you still have that rotation, so they kind of have to keep it down here. Now this one right here, still again, they have rotation here too, so you gotta keep it open. You know what? It makes me kind of sick. I actually kind of had time to get up here. So anyway, it is what it is. We're here now. Really concerning about these storms up here in the city. So we need to really kind of focus on these, because this one right here, you could definitely tell some of that circulation. Don't know how to pronounce that name, so I'm not going to butcher it. But to the west of Alex, I do know how to say that one. There's a circulation right here, and not very populated. That's a good thing. But these storms right up here are um, get into Newcastle, and us all you have is people. So I do believe this storm right here, it's over Tuttle and Mustang. I bet they'll let that expire. I'm just not seeing it anymore. Like I said, a lot of those storms like that, the way that they have the rotation inside the storm like that, could be just a brief spin up. And I think that's what the case. But this one, the circulation in this storm is behind the storm. Now, there is a good thing to this, is that it may be swallowing up. This storm behind it is kind of merging in and coming to one. Now, that could mean that, maybe getting stronger as well, but but the actual rotation is not as defined. You see it right there. It's a little tighter, but as it moved up to the northeast, it wasn't as tight. So we'll see. We'll follow this. What have I missed? What have you missed? Well, I would have been up here chasing, but I had stuff to do today, or I would have been up here um, for the show. Now, this storm south of Chickasha, you can really define. You can really see how well defined that circulation is right there. See how it popped up right there. Let's see if there's any kind of debris. I'm not seeing any debris. Yeah. There's your strong rotation right here. Those are kind of weakening to the south into Texas. Yeah, I would have been all over this one if I was up there. This one right here, south of Chickasha. I would have been all over this one if I was in position, obviously. Look at the rotation you'll see right here. See? You see that little spot? Real tight rotation right there. Real tight. This one's not as defined as what it was. But still, kind of have to keep your eye on it. There's definitely lots of wind shear. We'll say that. This is the Norman velocity. You could really tell with this. I like their. Now it's not as high definition, but you can definitely give you an understanding right there. This is you can tell where the reds and the green meet up real sharp like that. That's where you're going to have. Um, hang on. I'm seeing this right here. Let me switch back over here to this radar. That last scan right there. You're going to look at this right here and see some rotation now right here. See where it'll come in right through here. And this red is starting to turn like that. That, my friends, can be a dangerous situation if that thing gets going. Continues in that clockwise situation. That last scan was really showed what's going on down there or up there. So, dude, I have my radar Omega stuck to where it shows the radar overplayed either the storm prediction crap. I can't figure out how to remove the storm prediction layer. On this, go to your outlooks monitoring and hit severe weather. And that's where you see your outlooks at. And it'll be the same on the phone. Now this one down here in Grady, not as defined as what it was. Of course, that storm may be cycling again, so that'll happen. Now this right here, again, we're looking at the Doppler radar here. We're not looking at precipitation radar. I'm kind of addicted to this. This basically tells you the wind, and that's the things you look for. These storms back down here in Texas. Let's look at these storms. A little far away from that. Let's look at... come on. Right there. You see that rotation right there? This is in Jack County, Texas, right there. See what that looks like on the reflectivity. Yeah, look at there. Yes, sir. Just south of Cundiff. Again, right through there. Not a lot of people live right in there, but still, there are people who still live there. But that's well defined right there. Well defined. Right there. That's a dangerous situation right there if you're in that area. I can definitely tell that there's possibly now what we're looking at right here. This is correlation coefficient, which shows basically what is in the air. So you're seeing raindrops basically. Okay. Now the heavier stuff could be hail. Okay. But also it could be debris. So watching this right here, a debris field would be like a ball, and it's really heavy. Let me pause it. It's really heavy right here Okay, right there. Now let's look at where that's at compared to the circulation, and we can tell if that's debris or not. That's definitely debris. That's definitely debris. I would have bet that that's a tornado on the ground right there. I would definitely say that that's a tornado on the ground. With where this is, let's look at the radar. Not a lot of rain right there. Okay. So that tells me that that's debris. That's debris right there. So that's probably a tornado on the ground right there south of Cundiff. And is that circulation, see all those bright colors and how they all do that? A crazy number. There's some definitely uh that's definitely that's got to be a tornado on the ground. They canceled the tornado warning for Montague County, which I figured they would. They canceled that tornado that was rain wrapped. Uh, I figured they'd do that too. This one looks like it's cycled through, and you could see the well defined um, circulation again. It's cycled. See how it cycles right there, and then it comes back. It's cycled again. So and then for this one over here, going into the city, this is where your circulation is right here. So if there was a wall cloud, that's where your wall cloud's going to be. Well, let's go back down here to Jack County. This is a big storm. Let's see, Rush Springs right here. What's this? Look at this real quick. That's probably going to be your next storm right there. That's probably going to be the next storm because I definitely see rotation in that. A little bitty storm can turn into a big monster. Let's go back down here to Jack County because this storm is a heavy duty storm. And it looked like this may start to cycle. Still a lot of heavy rotation. Let's look at the CC. It's definitely lots of colors right there. I'm picking up something. But that may start to cycle if you look at that. Yeah, definitely still rotation in that. Pretty heavy. Back up here. Be watching this storm right here. Right here by Rush Springs. Listen, at 7:37 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Um I'm calling it that this is going to drop a tornado warning. This one will be a tornado warning right here. The Rush Spring. Just call this Rush Spring storm. Okay, they're calling that showing another tornado warning for the same area. Look at there. Yep, that's the reason why. Right there. Kind of moving more to the east, ain't it? That circulation is, at least. Anyway, like I said, this storm right here, I'm calling it. This will be a tornado. Warning, at least. It may not be a tornado, but by Rush Springs. I'm calling it. I'm calling it, man. That's where I'd be headed. Actually, I'd be headed to this one up here, but um, or I'd be down here in Jack County because this one is probably something to see. This is probably the most impressive storm that's on the map right now, historically at least. Maybe not as of right now. Man, I wish I was out there. I wish I was out there. Well, let's see. Let's focus on these because there's way more people that live here. Let's check on this storm down here by Rush Springs again. I'm telling you, this is the next tornado warning right here. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm going to your comments here. Okay, can I ask one more question on those College of DuPage webpage? How do you find the cloud types? I haven't visited that, so that's something I need to figure out. Sorry, I need another screen over here. That way I could kind of, because I have to exit out of this. See, look at that rotation right there. I am surprised they have not thrown a warning out for that one yet. Now this one is not as impressive to the north, but this one right here, that's a tornado warning waiting to happen. That is a tornado warning waiting to happen. Let's go back up in here to the city. There's your circulation right there. Right here. Well defined. And that drop sync thing, that's a very hot populated area that it is going into. And we'll do some bad things. Good thing is, though, if there is some good out of it, these people know how to deal with tornadoes around here. Let's see what the next. All right. Still no warning for that one down there by Rush Springs. I'm surprised that these chasers just, I don't know where they're at. They're missing out. Oh, they're behind the truck. Behind the truck. I'll slow you down. I see they added another tornado warning. Let's go down here to Jack County into, what county is that? That's not Montague. What county is Decatur in? I should know it. Wise County, yeah. That's Wise County right there. Not as defined. Let's look at the radar again. It's coming to, though. Look at that. It's coming to. Watch this. See there? That's where it's coming back. It's cycling. That's what they do. Rotation's there, but it cycles through. And yeah, lots of heavy, lots of bright colors right there. Yep. Back up into Oklahoma City. Going back and forth here. That's what we're doing. Still no tornado warning for that Rush Spring storm that's right there. See that? Right there, though. Right there. That looks pretty crazy right there. That's going to be pretty dangerous. And there's a lot of rain in that area too, so the southern part of Oklahoma City's got a lot of people right there. More Newcastle, um, all there in that area. Lots of people living there in that area. So let's hope everything turns out okay. It just dissipates. As much as I love watching storms, I'd rather watch them out in the country, middle of nowhere, than hitting a big city somewhere. I see they let this tornado expire. Again, I'm seeing this. Not really bright colors, and that's the reason why, but there is some rotation. That last scan, it was not as bright. Hey, look there. What did I tell you? There's the tornado warning for Rush Springs. I told you that this was his next storm right here. What did I tell you? Someone owes me $100. This one right here. Again, this area doesn't have a lot of people, kind of farmland in this part, so that's a good thing. Um, yeah, good call, right? Let's see, get back to. I got so many windows open. No, done editing. But yeah, that's sad storm. These storm chasers are headed up north to the city. They're behind. They probably went out to eat or something during the juicy part of the day where everything turns juicy. That's not good. What kind of storm chaser are you? Newcastle. Let's look at the velocity here. Mm-hmm. You know what? Let's do this. Makes it a little easier for me. If it'll load. Yeah, it's not one to play. And it probably too jumbled up on your screen. So there's that storm just north of Rush Springs. I need $100 bill. Now these colors right here are kind of getting brighter. Well, that last scan was. Here's the thing: if it stays to the south and east of Oklahoma City, that's a good thing. But more, still a lot of people live in Moore. I don't know what about it is. It's like, hey, I live in Moore. Like, hey, we get tornadoes here. That's what happens in Moore. Just letting you guys know. If you live in Moore, Oklahoma, you're going to get a tornado. And liable to wipe out your house. This one that's in the one that we spotted right here, that we called a while ago, where it is. This one's was observed, so not radar indicated. It was observed. Um, no, that's Grady County. This one in Cleveland and McCain was observed. Okay. This one is radar indicated, right? Did I read that right? Yeah. See, at 7:45, a confirmed tornado was located near Rush Springs, moving northeast at 10 miles an hour. Hazard: damaging tornado, quarter-size hail. Weather spotters confirmed tornado. Yeah. We were sitting there watching that little red spot right there for a long time before they put anything on it. And that other one down there, this one observed too? I think it is. Okay. What's this? Okay. Just severe thunderstorm warning. Town of Newcastle. There's a Walmart right there I used to deliver to. Let's see what this storm down here in Jack County is doing, and Wise County, moving into Wise County. Pretty strong storm. That's what that is. The tornado in it. Let's go back up here. This is where you're going to see that hook right here. Yep. This is all part of the learning process for me, right? Because I covered this one, I called this one right. I saw the signs in the radar and in the Doppler that showed me that, and sure enough, and it was observed tornado too. So, um, I'm looking at stuff like this that's going to say, okay, these are the signs, right? That I need to look for in these tornadoes or in these storms that could have a tornado in it. So That's why I mean, this is the reason why I'm doing this, right? I'm doing this, obviously, in case someone stumbles upon uh, this channel. But also, I'm learning this. This is a big learning process for me. So, um, as you know, since I'm not out storm chasing today, but if I was, you know, what am I looking for on the radar? Because I have the same radar on my phone. So this one's still got that circulation in it. This is the first tornado warning of the whole, well, at least here in Texas and Oklahoma. They've been having them up in Kansas all day. Yeah, it's not as defined as what it was. Still circulation, but it's real broad. But it could always tighten up. Um, so you always kind of keep an eye on for that. These storms coming up in here to Oklahoma City, or to Moore actually. All right, so with that being said, dinner's about ready, and I'm gonna go inside and eat dinner. Um, this storm down here is getting even stronger. Look at that. But I'm gonna go inside and eat dinner. Um, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this thing off. Um, but I appreciate everyone that stopped by and kind of watched, and kind of, if you're learning with me, then it's all good. Let's look at something real quick. Before we go, these guys hate it that I go and put their stuff on. But fair use, right? We're commenting on what they're showing. These guys are eyes down, on the ground out there. These guys are a little south of where the rotation is. So they're going to run into obstacles the closer they get into town. So let's put them back on. Their service is not all that great. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside and eat dinner. Um, I'm not sure if it's ready or not, but I want to be there when it is ready. Again, I appreciate everybody stopping in, uh, and all that. You guys can go follow these channels. But hey, if you're new to this channel, we're learning. We're storm chasing, and we're trying to grow. We're trying to grow this. Okay. So if you stumble upon this, if you want to kind of watch my story as I'm becoming a storm chaser, um, subscribe to the channel and do all that YouTube stuff. I appreciate everyone stopping by, and everybody be safe out there if you're in the path of these storms.